Good morning and welcome back to The Grade Cricketer. We got a game on, Pezzy lad. There's a game happening. This is brought to you by ACCO, India's leading digital insurance company. People already know their place in society. Let me give you some scores. India 125 for 4. You had 33 overs rolling in for the day. Maybe the last ball's bowled in this test match. I just had a look at the weather before. Bit of rain knocking about, Pez. My name is Ian Higgins. Sam Perry is he. Pezzy lad, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you as well, Higgins. Yeah, and I'll call you Higgins now because I'm a private school boy from the 1950s.
And I'm your butler.
Higgins.
Higgins?
Indeed, Higgins. Chop, chop. Don't mind, a little bit choppy. Yeah, mate. India 58 in arrears, but you're right. Weather, again, and thank you, England, very much, threatens this wonderful game.
Yes. Well, perhaps, Pez, it would help the listener out there and the viewer if I could put it to you in grade terms.
Please do.
You've actually made this point a fair few times when assessing, different political structures, how they deal with the vaccines and stuff, coronavirus. Wait until both teams bat on it. Wait until both teams bat on this thing, because I'm having a look at this game and there's a game on here. There's a game on here, Pezzy lad.
And, that's the beauty of cricket in England, isn't it, Higgos?
Yeah.
And, many in the
when
comments will say, but what about when there are wickets in India? Yeah, but they're different. That's different. We didn't grow up with that. So that's not part of our familiarity, cultural structures, and therefore we have to other that. But, England came back into it, as is its wont in those conditions, and then rain came. So it really was an English day.
It's actually the perfect English summer's day. Pez, the three things I want to talk to you about today, I have many things to talk about, but the first thing, that first session and recession was quite slow going, wasn't it? Quite slow going in the morning, but tough, good cricket, and then all sort of climaxed down Sam Curran's throat. It climaxed down Sam Curran's throat with Rohit Sharma being dismissed in the last ball before lunch. But good cricket early on, I thought.
Mate, it was. And, you might say slow going. I think if you're an Indian fan, and I'll put myself in the position of all Indian fans, it's always the right approach to take. Yeah. It was Sharma and KL Rahul's and India's highest opening stand in outside Asia in 11 years, that 97-run partnership. So they're sitting pretty darn pretty before Sharma just went, they decided to bump him. And he gets out a little bit that way, but he did later on out for everybody and say, well, if it was 5 yards either side, it's 6. So, you got to, guess it was, Rohit. That's maths. And in the meantime, England had burnt 2 reviews. It was looking very good for India, but Ollie Robinson, here goes. Ollie Robinson was the pick. The first thing you've got to say about Ollie Robinson is he's big. That's the Western mindset right there. He's 6'5", and I know he bowled really well. He was angling the ball in. He's all arms and legs. You could imagine they'd call him Jurassic as he runs in, just thumping those feet, bang, bang, bang. You can hear it.
And because his views are dated.
He said I'm not sure when he actually said this, but it was recently. He said he likes to get up and about in the field. Now, this will only apply to about 5% of viewers out there, but he's showing AFL culture and linguistics have managed to seep itself into him while he spent time out here playing cricket, even in Sydney. But that's what AFL culture can do. So anyway, if you do like AFL, just try not to let it seep in to the linguistics India. Anyway, Sharma gets out, and all of a sudden India go from 97 for none to 125 for 4. Clouds and shit doing their thing, and it all started with a bouncer. One more thing I'd like to say, here goes, in this first scene. KL Rahul, who's on 50-odd not out, I noticed CricViz said that during this innings he played 34 false shots. And they also go on to contextualise it by saying there's normally 11 false shots per dismissal. And they concluded that he's had a bit of luck. Has he had luck, or is he really great at false shots? He goes, maybe he's the best false shot player in the world and should be praised accordingly. And maybe he's not celebrated enough for it. There are lies, damn lies, and statistics or some shit, my fourth grade captain said.
How fucking cooked is this game where you make it to, he's done so well. I want to give some love to KL Rahul here because, first of all, he's got heaps going on. I reckon he's a bit of a playboy, KL. But he's come in terms of he's replaced... Agarwal replaced Shubman Gill, then Agarwal got hit in the head, and now he's come in, and he's done a fantastic job. 50, tough conditions. Only his second batsman so far in this game to score runs, and it's a bit like 34 false shots. Like when are you good? When are you, a bit lucky. Like when are you good? I don't know.
No, it was a good innings. I liked their opening stand as well. It was very clean, pure Test cricket. Like England weren't giving a lot of way. Ollie Robinson was bowling well. Anderson was not threatening, but he came back into it later. But those opening bats, and as you said, where's KL Rahul? He's about 55th down the pecking order when they're all available. They defended well. Their techniques were great against good bowling, and they put the bad ball away. That's all you can ask. They gave him a great platform, but clouds and shit.
I thought England were a little off the pace in that morning session. There was something they didn't bowl badly, but there was a bit of a stat going around about not enough balls at the stumps, which might be true, but they certainly came through in the second, or sort of after lunch, which is the second thing I want to talk about. Mate, Anderson does it again. This coat is 39 years old. He's a 39-year-old coat. He's been hanging in the shelves for 39 years, big old coat, and he's just doing the business.
Where's
the accuracy, the skill, the relentlessness of it. The ball to Pujara, fucking peach. Picks up Kohli first ball. We'll speak about that in a moment's time. But, mate, Anderson, when does it end? It's just so good. He's so good.
Yeah, completely changed the game. I didn't think Pujara actually covered himself in glory throughout his innings.
A bit weird, wasn't it?
He's a notoriously difficult starter. He lets the balls hit him and shit like that, and you go, oh, well, that's Pujara. That's what he does, okay? Yeah. If you don't understand Pujara, you don't understand cricket. It's like Michael Carrick, 2006. But before he got out, Robinson struck Pujara on the pad, and first glance, I like that's salmon trout.
Fucking
that looks
absolute.
Salmon.
He kicked it. He kicked it off.
Exactly. Yeah. That was one of those ones. It's like that's one where I don't like reviews. It's like, no, that's okay. That's technically not out. I know this is hard for people who actually see things in black and white and fact or fiction, but which is fair. But it was still out, so work that out. And then Anderson nicked him off to Butler, and and Pujara wanted to see if it carried. Yeah, and I thought it was a little bit how you're going, and the fact the umpires needed to check that as well. So maybe Pujara hasn't turned his head around quick enough. Okay, I'll forgive that, but it went right into the gloves. There was no question about it. And obviously Pujara's, or maybe Rahane sent a message out to the umpire or something and said, "You fucking check that," because I was like, that should have just been salmon as well. So Anderson gets Pujara, and then he goes, I don't know if you want to go first with Anderson to Kohli. I mean, I don't want to make a big thing about this with Kohli or put it in the title or anything like that, but
I just think with that dismissal, with that Pujara dismissal, the clean catch, if you got Rahane in your side, I think you've got the power to just say to the umpires when they give it out, was it? Are you sure? Was it out? Are you sure about that?
Fair enough.
Have you got a horse's head in your bed the next morning? Goffy? You seen how big Michael Goff is? He's fucking massive. It's really big.
Everyone's massive. Everyone on TV looks the same size, but be aware, they're all massive. They're actually all Amazonian gods. They were all incubated in different places. All together. And they're all part of a TV show. It's actually Truman Show. Everything on TV.
Okay, can we talk about Rahane's run out?
You want to do that, and then we'll go to
and then we'll talk about Kohli. So just Rahane's run out was like, I mean, I think he just wanted a taste of his own medicine, because I think he just woke up that day and he goes, cyanide. Like he just absolutely cooked himself. He tried to run himself out about an over before, and then just who was batting? He was batting with KL Rahul, who blocks one to basically bat pad, and Rahane goes, "We'll have a look here. I'll turn for two." And then Bairstow gets the business. Yeah, because I can. And then Bairstow needs to be very careful about what he's doing there, running out Rahane. But
I know Rahane was like a cat in a hot tin roof as soon as he came out. But I mean, I'm curious that you sort of wonder if Bairstow's to blame. I mean, KL Rahul, are we having a look at that? I mean, I'm already KL Rahul. I mean, I saw his eyes after that dismissal.
Yeah.
And that's the eyes that said, I need to leave this ground with 150 runs next to my name, or, of course, horses' heads. We're looking at horses' heads. In all seriousness, because now every time we speak about Rahane, we have to say that he's, in fucking Godfather, but
he kills people, yeah.
I didn't look at it very closely. Did KL Rahul say yes and turn him back?
I don't think so.
Because Rahul took, it was one of those ones, you know, when you hit it just in front of backward point, everyone's always looking for that run there.
Yeah.
But it's the striker's call, generally speaking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so he looked like he took a step. So it was like, we're on for a quick single here. But normally you still wait for the absolute confirmation.
Yeah. He didn't wait for absolute confirmation.
When you get a little bit older, you have to over anticipate to keep up with people. I just wonder if there's a little bit of that. You get older, you start getting involved in a few runouts. Right. Anyway, I don't want to say too much for obvious reasons, for horse's head reasons.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
another break in transmission here. So Pez, let's talk about the third thing now. Coley hasn't done it for a minute. He hasn't done it for a minute. No international hundreds since November 2019. Obviously this happens every time he doesn't get anything higher than 99 runs. But it does just feel a little bit for Coley that I don't know if he's been the best player in the world for a little while or the best player in a series for a little while. Now, saying that, in no way has he been the worst player. He's not going to get dropped. It's not fucking ridiculous like that. I'm just saying, for a guy who is in the stage of his career where he's like legacy building, it just feels a little bit like it's been now, enough time, coming up to 2 years, where it's like, I'm not sure if he's been the best player in a series for a little bit, which is unusual given how good he is.
Yeah. It's like a backhanded compliment. Like any time he doesn't do amazingly well, we must therefore have a conversation about him. But so in that sense, it's much like the teen suicide movie. We need to talk about Kevin. But we need to talk about Virat. So he goes, put it this way, okay. when I say I hate a circuit, what I mean is I love a circuit. I love going out in a circuit. But Coley genuinely hates fourth stump.
Yeah.
Because look, I don't know about you, but when I watched him get dismissed there, and he's been out this way many times before. Cummins likes to bowl to him there, fourth or fifth stump.
Jamison got him there as well.
Coley was feeling for it.
Yeah.
Out there. He just wanted to feel something. And he goes, who can blame him? In this pandemic environment, we all just want to feel something. And
I'm feeling myself 4 times a day.
Exactly. And Brother Virat is feeling no different. Okay? He just wanted to feel something. And Ali Martin, he goes, who has been on the show before, wonderful writer for The Guardian, encourage everybody to read his stuff. He just nails it all the time without, all the fanfare around it. This is how he described the dismissal, if you wouldn't mind. The ball nipped away off the green-tinged pitch and simply begged to be kissed. Now, I love the idea of a ball begging for a kiss. On its knees. Please kiss me.
Kiss me, coach.
I've never been, I've never been kissed. All right, go on then, just a little one. Yay, my first kiss.
That was your character from Birmingham just popped up again. Go on then.
Oh, go on then. I'll give you a little one. That's Virat's bat.
Or snog.
I'm begging for a kiss.
I'm begging for a kiss, mate. One kiss is all it takes. Dua Lipa was right. Okay. Well, he's now...
just quickly. Anderson 619 Test wickets, level with Anil Kumble. So that's third ever.
Wow.
Is that a turning of the tide or a meaningless statistical coincidence?
As we know, Kumble played on those spinning decks in India, so how many of those actually really count? You got to think about that.
Is that a deck?
Yeah. Big deck energy. Hashtag RCDC Pez brought to you by Acco. Basil Eldho said, hashtag RCDC, boys! How does it feel when you realise that Ashes is now the bronze medal competition of the World Test Championship?
Well... Let me bring you back to a comment James Anderson made today. He goes, right. He said, we knew if we got one wicket, we could maybe get a cluster, and that's what we did. I thought we stuck to our task really well as a group. Now the novel coronavirus has been saying the same thing.
Yeah, get a cluster
for a long time, and it did that in Melbourne. And I think to that end, that's actually got nothing to do with the Ashes and bronze medal shit. I mean, really. The Ashes, frankly, has nothing to do with the World Test Championship. In fact, I don't even know what the WTC is. I don't recognise it. No. I don't recognise the nation state of the WTC. And so this question from Basil, if that is your real name, is a non sequitur to me. I don't. And bronze medal is. I don't know. Is this an India Australia hockey thing? Well done, guys. You got one medal.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. Can you make up your mind, Coates, about, is bronze good? You're banging on about the hockey, okay? You beat us again, all right? You beat us again. You get a bronze medal, but now it's like, our bronze, the Ashes is shit. Well, make up your mind, okay? When, obviously Messi's leaving Barcelona. When he turns up playing for England in these Ashes series, I don't know. I just want to say Messi for some reason today.
Messi's 33-1 to go to Leeds.
You can play with Bresnan. Matty Staples said, a quick ask CDC, a keen eye would see that Stuart Broad's dad is actually the match referee for this game. Would it be a good idea for him to act naughty to get the attention of his dad, which might even lead to a one-on-one meeting? Would you recommend getting your own dad into umpiring so he has to talk to you? I like it.
We've all been there. Yeah, I like it. Fantastic idea. Great lateral thinking. And I think Stuart's been doing this for a really long time. And in fact, maybe Chris has been trying to bond with his son this way as well. Like, not to labour an old English stereotype, but perhaps this is just a roundabout way. Chris wants to talk to his son as well. I'll go become a match referee so that I can at least talk down to him and maintain the alpha status if my boy gets in trouble. And of course, Stuart gets in trouble quite a lot because he wants attention from his dad. It's very simple.
Wasn't there a situation where Chris Broad had to suspend Stuart Broad for maybe the celeb repeal or some shit? And that was like a year ago. Sounds familiar. Anyway, it's a good idea.
And Stuart's heart has never been fuller once that happened.
Exactly. One kiss is all it takes. All right. Thank you very much to the viewers out there. Thank you to Acco as well. Get those #AskTDCs. We'll be back tomorrow. Is any cricket going to be played? I don't know, but there's a game on. See you back here.